Regardless of its Christian veneer, the basic tenets of Mormonism are in direct conflict with biblical Christianity. The following piece of animation, based directly on actual Mormon publications, highlights these major doctrinal differences.
Mormonism teaches that trillions of planets scattered throughout the cosmos are ruled by countless gods who once were human like us.
The story of your life begins today. That's why they call this your commencement.
By God and one of his goddess wives, a spirit child named Elohim was conceived. This spirit child was later born to human parents who gave him a physical body.
Every one of you here today as a graduate can live an abundant life. Every single one of you. You will not all be rich and famous and powerful, but each of you can live an eminently successful, rewarding, abundant life.
Here, the God of Mormonism and his wives, through endless celestial sex, produced billions of spirit children. To decide their destiny, the head of the Mormon gods called a great heavenly council meeting. Both of Elohim's eldest sons were there, Lucifer and his brother Jesus.
These were the words that Luke records that the Master spoke. He said this, "Launch out into the deep and let down your nets." Launch out into the deep and let down your nets. In some ways, these words are a metaphor for life. Launch out into the deep. Don't live in the shallows. Live it in the deep waters. Grasp every ennobling experience that's available to you. Embrace every dimension of living that challenges you, that educates you, that elevates you. Live for purposes greater than yourself. Lose yourself in the service of others. Reach beyond the shallowness of selfishness and complacency and mindless conformity and of indulgence. This is the promise. Launch out into the deep and your nets will be filled.
Bodies of flesh and bone. Those who remained neutral in the battle were cursed to be born with black skin. This is the Mormon explanation for the Negro race. The spirits that fought most valiantly against Lucifer would be born into Mormon families on planet Earth. These would be the lighter-skinned people, or white and delightsome, as the Book of Mormon describes them.
Therefore
Early
shall a
Mormon
man
prophets
leave his father and his mother, and shall cleave unto his wife. Marriage is a gift from God. Now, some may dismiss the counsel coming from the Bible because it comes from a book which they've discarded. But the Bible is one of two things. Either it's the Word of God, as I believe, or it's the product of brilliant philosophers and sages who've observed lives and nations and civilizations and history over thousands upon thousands of years. Either way, the Bible is a pearl of wisdom. The distillation of lessons
claimed
of
direct
life.
descent, supposedly fathered a number of children before he was crucified. According to the Book of Mormon, after his resurrection, Jesus came to the Americas to preach to the Indians, who the Mormons believe are really Israelites. Thus, the Jesus of Mormonism established his church in the Americas as he had in Palestine.
The Creator gave us work for our benefit. Your job will expand your skills. It will demand your ability, your energy, and your time. Hard work, ennobling work. Dive into your profession with passion and heart. Go beyond what's expected or required. And in doing so, by the way, you will learn the secret to advancement. And that is doing your present job well.
Supposedly written on golden plates and buried by Moroni, the last living Nephite in the hill Cumorah. 1,400 years later, a young treasure seeker named Joseph Smith, who was known for his tall tales, claimed to have uncovered these same gold plates near his home in upstate New York.
Your worldly success will partly be a function of your choices and capabilities, but it will also be subject to the vagaries of life and to chance. Fortunately, our relationship with God depends on none of that. It's entirely in our control, for He is always at the door and knocks for us. Our worldly success can't be guaranteed, but our ability to achieve spiritual success is entirely up to us, thanks to the grace of God. The best advice I know is to give those worldly things your best, but never your all, reserving the ultimate hope for the only one who can grant it.
The Mormons teach that everyone must stand at the final judgment before Joseph Smith, the Mormon Jesus, and Elohim. Those Mormons who were sealed in the eternal marriage ceremony expect to become polygamous gods in the celestial kingdom, rule over other planets, and spawn new families throughout eternity.
What would I have achieved? What have I accomplished? Would my life be a success, or would I look back with regret?
The Mormons believe that he died as a martyr, shed his blood for us, so that we too may become gods.
You'll smile with satisfaction, anxious for the next chapter in your life story. God bless each of you, and God bless this great country. Thank you.